You know those leaders who create such genuine trust that people actually want to follow them? The ones whose teams perform at their highest level, not because they have to, but because they believe in the vision and feel truly valued. You watch them navigate difficult conversations with grace, while you might find yourself wondering how to lead with authenticity without appearing vulnerable or losing authority. The difference isn't years of experience or natural charisma. It's three essential principles that completely transform how you show up as a leader and the trust you build with everyone around you. In today's episode, I'm sharing these exact principles that create remarkable transformations for my clients, plus the real story of someone who went from being seen as just another manager to becoming the kind of leader people still reference years after working with them. By the end of this video, you'll know three proven principles for building authentic leadership trust, and you'll have actionable steps you can start using immediately to strengthen every leadership relationship. In our Leadership Impact episode, click the link above to watch. We explored how to create lasting influence through vision, presence, strategic thinking, and legacy development. Today, we're taking that foundation to the next level. Because here's what I've discovered: you can have all the leadership tools in the world, but if people don't trust your authenticity, your impact will always be limited. So let me ask you this: when was the last time someone told you they trusted you, not just as a leader, but as a person? Welcome to Fulfillment Fridays, where we explore how to create alignment between your purpose and your path to fulfillment. I'm Ann Jones, and today we're exploring how to build authentic leadership through genuine trust. I want to share three powerful principles that will help you build authentic leadership trust. Number one is truth alignment. This is about ensuring your values, words, and actions are completely consistent, so people experience you as genuine and trustworthy in every interaction. Here's how this shows up in real life. Identify your core leadership values by writing down the three principles that matter most to you. Then ask yourself honestly whether your daily decisions and communications reflect these values in ways others can see. Conduct a monthly behavior audit by reviewing your recent interactions and asking, did my actions match what I said was important? And then making adjustments when you notice gaps between your stated values and your actual behavior. Practice communication clarity by stating your reasoning behind decisions, sharing what factors you considered, and explaining how your choice aligns with the values you've communicated to your team. And demonstrate action consistency by following through on every commitment you make, no matter how small, and immediately acknowledging when you can't deliver on something you've promised, along with a clear plan for making it right. Now, let's build on this foundation. Number two is connection building. This is about creating authentic relationships that balance appropriate vulnerability with professional strength, allowing people to trust you both as a leader and as a human being. Here's what this includes. Find your vulnerability balance by sharing your learning moments and challenges in ways that show your humanity without undermining confidence in your leadership, like discussing how you've grown from past professional mistakes. Develop trust through consistency by showing up the same way in both good times and in stressful situations, so people know what to expect from you regardless of external pressures or circumstances. Nurture relationships intentionally by scheduling regular one on one time with team members. Focus entirely on understanding their goals, challenges, and perspectives without any agenda beyond genuine connection and support. And integrate feedback actively by asking for specific input on your leadership approach, listening without being defensive, and implementing changes based on insights into their experiences working with you. Here's what's incredible. When you start combining truth with genuine connection, something shifts in how people respond to your leadership and the energy they bring to their work. And number three is impact creation. This is about sharing your vision in ways that inspire others and empower your team to create meaningful results that reflect both individual strengths and collective purpose. Here's what this means. Share your vision consistently by finding multiple ways each month to communicate not just what you want to achieve, but why it matters, connecting the bigger picture to each person's individual contributions and growth. Empower your team openly by giving people real authority to make decisions within clear boundaries. Then support them when they need guidance while resisting the urge to micromanage or second guess their choices. Develop culture intentionally by establishing routines, systems, and ways of working that reinforce your shared values, creating an environment where people feel safe to take risks, share ideas, and learn from both successes and failures. And measure results not only by completed outcomes, but also by the methods used. Celebrating progress that reflects your values and moves everyone closer to becoming their best professional selves. Here's what's amazing. When you combine all three of these principles, the transformation can be incredible. Let me share a story that shows you exactly what this looks like when someone commits to leading with complete authenticity. I worked with a client who was technically competent and well respected, but felt like they were leading from behind a professional mask. They had good relationships with their team and consistently met their goals, but they sensed that people saw them as efficient rather than inspiring, and they weren't creating the kind of trust that leads to breakthrough performance. The breaking point came when they realized they were giving feedback that sounded like it came from a manual, having conversations that felt scripted rather than genuine, and making decisions without explaining their thinking because they thought it would make them appear more authoritative. They were successful on paper, but felt disconnected from their team and unsure whether people would follow them through truly challenging situations. They started using truth alignment to identify their core values and examine whether their daily leadership behaviors actually reflected what they said mattered most, which led them to discover some surprising gaps between their stated priorities and their actual decision making patterns. Through connection building, they learned to share their reasoning behind difficult decisions, ask for feedback on their leadership approach, and create space for genuine conversation about challenges and growth opportunities without losing their professional authority. And impact creation helped them communicate their vision in ways that connected to each team member's individual goals, giving people real ownership over meaningful outcomes, which created an environment where innovation and calculated risk taking were celebrated rather than feared. What started as competent but distant leadership became an approach that inspired genuine loyalty and exceptional performance. They were seeing team members take initiative they'd never shown before. They'd receive feedback that their leadership had helped the team grow both professionally and personally. And as a team, they were creating results that exceeded company expectations because everyone was fully engaged. Within several months, they were not only achieving better outcomes, but also feeling fulfilled by the meaningful relationships and lasting impact they were creating every day. Stories like this remind me why I'm so passionate about sharing these principles with you. Now, I want to show you exactly how to make these three principles work in your leadership journey. But first, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to share these insights and stories with you each week. I'm so grateful for the time we get to spend together. And if you found value in today's episode, I'd love your help in reaching others who might benefit from this message. A simple like or subscribe would mean so much, and it helps the algorithm spread these insights to more people. Now it's time to turn insight into action. Here's exactly how to use these three principles to start building authentic leadership trust today. Number one, what are your three core leadership values, and where might there be a gap between what you say matters most and how you actually make decisions? Number two, How could you create more genuine connection with your team while maintaining appropriate professional boundaries and authority? And number three, what's one way you could share your vision with more clarity or give someone on your team more meaningful ownership over an important outcome? Building authentic leadership isn't about being perfect, it's about being genuine, consistent, and focused on empowering others to achieve meaningful results. If you're nodding along to any of this, I'd love to explore how we could work together to develop the kind of authentic leadership that creates lasting trust and impact. Click the link in the description below to learn more about coaching options and support for your journey. Share in the comments what's one way you want to show up more authentically in your leadership role. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. See you next Friday for more insights and inspiration.